Like the title says. Work, home, event, whatever, post your stories. B19. Go to family event. Typical family event with awkwardness and regulars. Regulars unfortunately include annoying aunts, stuck-up cousins, nerds, etc. Function is finally warming up, people actually enjoying themselves. Time to eat, and people crowd around table outside to get food. Sit on lawn chairs, not bad at all, and warm summer evening. Everyone content and relaxed. Out of nowhere, hear a scream from inside the house. Everyone freezes. Instantly dead quiet as everyone drops a brick in their pants. Really good neighborhood where nothing happens, everyone living there has good jobs. Expecting something bad, me, a few cousins and an uncle rush into the house to see what's up. 5 minutes or so into search, doorbell rings. Cousins keep searching, I come down with uncle. Obviously hesitant to answer, but uncle does. Middle-aged lady neighbor sounds spooked and says she heard a scream. Neighbor on other side comes over too and confirms it. 15-ish minutes now, cousins come down and say they found nothing at all. By now police come and start asking questions. Same as us, no answer. They leave in a bad mood, apparently called for nothing. Everyone tries to chalk it up as a group hallucination or a computer glitch. Aunt likes watching movies on computer, she may have left it on. People leave fast, don't even want to stay to take food with them. Family members living there move to a house nearby, don't talk about their old house when asked. Be me. Somewhere around 15 to 17 years old. Cousin and I like to get high. Really like to get high in woods. We live in Nipa and so forests are in abundance. One night we're walking through the forest. Come across an old factory/mill-like building. No spoopy yet, we've been here before. Even been inside once or twice, it's falling apart and has all kind of weird shit in it. Some stuff is just weird cause it's old and run down and dusty. And we're high. But of course there's other stuff, like the usual off drawings and symbols. Stupid fucking hobos probably. Anyway, we decide to chill here for a bit. Find a relatively comfy area on the first floor, sit on floor and chill. Smoking and talking, get on topic of ghost stories and shit. Decide to go exploring. Wander the first floor a bit, no noises, no nothing. Climb up to second floor. Stairs are broken so we gotta jump up to this ledge to get up there. Still nothing spooky. Starting to get bored, and sober. Ask cousin if he wants to go back down to smoke more. Cousin is looking into a doorway down the hall. Come on and let's just do one more room. Fucking fun. Go into room and looks normal at first. Mostly empty, just really long. Look closer at the walls and see faint smudges. Go deeper into the room. For some reason room is darker, deeper in chalk it up to windows and lack of sunlight or whatever. As we move deeper, smudges get more prominent. Obvious handprints now. Admittedly now mildly freaked out. We get to the end of the room, there's a door to get out, but also a hole right in front of it. Not massive, but big enough that a man could just hop into it vertically. Suddenly starts to rain. Nothing violent, just a light tapping on the windows. Decide we should head home, don't wanna get stuck here if it starts pouring. Turn on our phone flashlights to help us find our way back quickly. Look to the walls again. With the lights, smudges are much more vivid. Also bright red. Is that blood? In light, doesn't even look dry. Looks like it's fucking dripping. Time to leave. Begin walking back through the room. Cousin mumbles under breath. What did you say, Anon? I didn't say anything. Back. It's louder now. Definitely not cousin. Come back. Cuts off sharply, suddenly silence. No more rain. I turn around. See what looks like a head coming out of the hole, peeking at us. But completely black. Starts to pull itself up with arms. Also black, like a shadow. except its hands are bright red. Just like the smudges on wall. And nope.jpg. Cousin and I run and get out of there as fast as we can. Don't even bother to grab any of our stuff. Finally outside, a good distance away. Look back at the entrance, see shadow-like figure standing there. I can still see that bright red hand. And so we keep running and never went back. Asked my cousin about it one day, he said we were probably just super high. I guess it's a possibility, but I dunno. That's the only spooky thing to ever happen to me, /x/. Some background. We have a 7-year-old cat who is female, we didn't spay her, then there's a 2-year-old cat male, who is her son, who still has his nuts. Here's the issue, the older female keeps giving birth to deformed kittens, some die during birth, some stay alive for a few days before dying. We haven't spayed her so far, because my mom says it's cruel to the cat. Anyway, we let her give birth, yada yada, then throw out the kittens once they die. She recently gave birth 3 days ago, 2 kittens, one is abnormally small cockroach size, lived 1 day, other is a bit smaller than typical newly born healthy cat size, he died today, in the morning. We didn't find his corpse so far, we suspect he hid somewhere before he died. Long story short, Mom is asleep now, it's 2:45 a.m. Be browsing /x/. Lelling at all the faggots posting stupid spoopy ghost Illuminati Lamau magic spirits threads. Fucking role players. Power goes out during reading rather creepy thread. Say oh shit out loud. Scared as fuck. Pick up laser pointer flashlight hybrid I got for like 50 cents, turn on flashlight, it's weak as fuck, can barely see, but it works to find phone. 9% battery. Say oh shit again. Oh well. Put phone in pocket, go to mom's bedroom and sit by her bedside. She doesn't notice me. Feel a bit more comfortable cause living person nearby. Noises all around the house. Deduce it's cats. We have 5 cats. Randomly 4 cats rush into mom's room. They all look scared. All cats except tiny new dead kitten's mother. My face when brush it off as cat stuff. In before little pointer allows using both the laser and the light at the same time. In before the light is 900 times weaker when laser on, allowing you to see only a shadowy thingy of stuff. Whatever.jpg. Try to play with cats using laser. They don't seem to see it. Try harder. One of them seems to see it. 2 seconds later, it's looking back at the darkness, along with the other cats. Spooky. Use logic to reduce spookiness. Cats see in 6 times the light level of humans, they're probably looking at some fly in the dark. In before science solved it. Sit there for 10 minutes or so, cat behavior does not change. Wiggling light around for 10 minutes. Suddenly the cats back away and seem to look at something moving closer. What.jpg. Suddenly something black darts into the room. My face when. Deduce some centipede or spider. Find and terminate. Gotta not wake mom. Take mom's shoe. Use shitty flashlight. Look under bed. It's the dead cat. Oh what.jpg. There are so many things wrong with this. Baby kittens can't move this quick. It's dead. What? In before it darts towards me and bites my arm, no idea how it pierced through. Smack, it flies away and into curtain, which is long and extends on the floor a bit. What? Go to it, it's hiding in the curtain. Hit it with shoe. Pretty sure I squashed it. Screams. Mom wakes up. Cry. Mom is disturbed when she sees me holding her shoe and crying. What happened? Stutter and point at where the kitty corpse was. There's nothing there. Bite mark is still there. Try to explain what happened, show bite mark. Mom doesn't believe, tells me to go to my room for waking her over stupid prank. Power goes back on. Spooked again, obey mom. Go to room. In before just under my couch, which has a space under it. the dead kitten's corpse. Feel tightness in chest. Go on /x/. Type this. OP here, got another semi-spooper with a little background info. Last summer. Security guard job to help out around the house over summer. Get lucky, get a decent job at a data center. Training goes well, like the day job as it goes fast and plenty of co-workers to talk to. Get the night position because all the day/swing spots are taken. Turns out data center is low on security, so only one guard per center at night, but some get rovers. Dedicated flex, meaning different buildings but same company. Hate the biggest one in the place, it is absolutely huge with large rooms and no one else there but you. Takes over an hour to patrol the whole building and outside. There are these massive empty rooms that are not rented out, still required to patrol them. No one talks about it out loud for obvious reasons, but other people who covered night shift and went into the empty rooms said it was weird and uncomfortable. Some guy even switched spots so he could avoid the largest room. Day/swing had one guard patrol, and the other do computer work. Largest room has only a few dim lights here and there for its length. Patrol time, been through the whole building except the future office space which was the largest empty room, nearly whole length of the building and maybe a quarter wide. Get the door open, start in. Little hairs on the back of neck stand up, feel uncomfortable like being watched. Feels like something about to happen any second, finally get to the end of the room and start back. Start hearing whispers like many people at once. Walk faster and the whispers get louder, then get quiet as I get to the door. Finish patrol and get back to room. The thing is, the rented rooms have physical servers there that need cooling, so there is an air cooling system that blows air up from the floor. Could have easily been a fan or some air pipe that was leaking, and the late night tiredness made it into something else. B12. Live in countryside-ish area. In the house across the road from mine lived strange man. My dad always told me not to go through his property. Where I live it's common to walk through others' property to save time. One night, wake up 3 a.m. My room was the attic. My parents slept in a different building on our property. I have to pee, fuck.jpg. Climb the ladder down, go outside to pee. Pitch black outside. Whilst pissing I see a figure standing on the road. Look at it but can't see properly. He's standing still. I look at my dick for 3 seconds. Look back, he's now closer to me, standing still as usual. Look at my dick again. He's now closer, I can see it's the strange man, he just stands there. I look at my dick a last time to shake it and tuck back into my pants. Look back at the man, he's even closer now, but standing still. Super creeped out. Rush inside, lock the door, climb upstairs and tuck myself back in bed. Start a small radio to listen to some random guy's life story for 3 hours just to distract myself from my recent experience. OP again, got one from one of my friend's mom back when my friend and I were kids and I'd come over. This is when she was young, in Mexico. Of course, her way of telling it puts green text to shame. B6-ish. Live near Mexico City. Live in a little village/city with a river through it. She wasn't clear. Summertime. Can play until it gets dark. She and her best friend at the time are playing near the river, getting kinda dark. Having a good time with her friend, along with all the sentimental stuff. Let's be best friends forever. Yuck. Sit down near river to relax, talking. Hear a woman from the little reedy area in front of them across river. Can't make out what she's saying. Not worried because it's a small place where people know each other and they're little kids. Call out to her. We can't hear you, missus, what's up? The voice creepily asks, are you my children? Finally start worrying. No. Who are you? You must be my children. You have to be. She says she and her friend froze in horror as a nasty, rotten-looking hand with a white, dirty sleeve started reaching out of the reed plants. Run to her home. both crying hysterically and trying to tell mom what happened. When she does understand, mom gets dead serious, locks the door and shuts the windows, tells them all to keep quiet. Starts praying and using salt near openings. Keeps them in over the night. They hear scratches and a woman crying. Wake up shaky in the morning. Her friend goes to her own house. When she tells her parents, news spreads and the whole area is too afraid to let their kids out even in the evening. She used to tell me stories when I would come over as a kid. This is a scary one she saved for Halloween. First, a little background. Back in high school, living at home. 2-story house. Room is on 2nd story at the end of a hallway with staircase at opposite end. Staircase is walled on both sides but with a vaulted ceiling, with short hallway at the bottom. Only light for entire length of stairs and hallway is light on the ceiling over the stairs. Controlled by 2 light switches, effectively acts as an XOR, meaning only on one and only one of the switches is on, off otherwise. Hallway at bottom of stairs is basically always dark. So on to the story. Be up late one night browsing the internet. Home alone, parents are out of town. Get hungry, decide to go to kitchen downstairs to get food. Go to hallway, dog follows. Flip switch at top of stairway to on position. Light turns on. Dog suddenly gets upset, barks towards bottom of stairs, then whimpers and runs back to room. Start walking down the stairs. Halfway down, light suddenly turns off. Nope.jpg. Run up the stairs and back into room. Hide with the lights on for a few minutes. Decide to brave it. Go out to the hallway with flashlight. Get to light switch. Realize it's still in the on position. Flip it to off. Light turns on. Shine flashlight to bottom of stairs. Switch is off. The switches were the opposite of what they should be for a long while after that. Then one day I came back home and noticed they had changed back. Still don't know how the fuck that happened. Had a dream one night. Me and my mom go to some huge ass playground with a weird climbing complex. Shit's like 5 or 6 stories high. Situated on the side of a small cliff so top platform is easily accessible. I climb up, mom's got a smoke so she'll meet me up there. Get to the top after a few minutes climb, mom's up there waiting. Hear another group/family drive up to playground. One kid, probably 4 or 5, runs all the way to the top. Teetering on the edge of the cliff. Suddenly he falls. I immediately look away straight towards my mom. Hear the family below gasp, wait for splat or some kind of impact. All while staring at my mom's crazy, horrified face. Wake up in cold sweat before impact. Sit for a while and try to go back to sleep. Finally do, but still spooked. Flash forward a few years. Eating Chinese food and get fortune cookie, pick related. Remember that dream, hadn't thought of it in ages. Talking to mom over the phone later that day. Her and my little sister are sitting on a balcony at a hotel a couple stories up. Get sick feeling. Don't want to tell mom, she'll think I'm crazy. Suddenly mom shouts something unintelligible. Hear gasp and small shriek. Wait for impact. That was a few years ago. My mom went crazy and had to be put on meds because she thought it was her fault. Now all of the nightmares I have are of other people falling but never hitting the ground. This is the first time I've shared this story and I'm still shaking thinking of it. I don't know if it's spooky or anything, but whatever. Be me, like 17. Be with friends, on the road heading to a small abandoned school. Been there countless times before, we would smoke weed and explore the place. Arrive and enter through back door with broken lock. Door opens into school's main hall, gymnasium is on our right. Enter the gym and smoke a bowl or two. Toasty but not too stoned. Begin exploration. Clear first floor. Cafeteria, boiler room, locker rooms. All dark and spooky. Dusty relics of school life everywhere. Go up to 2nd story. Classrooms, probably math and art classes. Get close to fire escape door. Suddenly hear the nastiest, most feral sounding growling any of us have heard. Pussy out and ran away to main stairwell. Convince ourselves it must have been a badger or something climbing the fire escape or something. Continue on to third floor. Science classrooms. Shine our lights into the corner of one of the classrooms. Bunch of pigeons sleeping on some sprinkler pipes. Buddy grabs a dusty old roll of paper towels and throws it at the pigeons. Birds get mad and attack. Run out of the room and leave through fire escape on opposite side of building. There are 2 separate fire escapes on this school. Leave building and head around it towards our car. See the fire escape door we heard the growling come from. There's no fire escape, just the door. We tried to rationalize it the whole way back to town. Pick related, is from the school. Some useless background first. University closes at 9 p.m. But some people stay up much later in their offices and whatnot. Cafeterias and other food places close much earlier except for very few exceptions. Biology med department is basically isolated from rest of university. Anyway, enough of that. Currently doing thesis. Been staying late at the research department in the biology med campus working and chilling. Usually the only one left by the time I'm done. Sometimes I've even stayed to sleep there since the main gates to the building are locked. Last Friday. Do one of my usual stays. Put the Petri dishes to steam up. Decide to go to the hallway and chill a bit before watching hentai. Hear some weird sound in the lower floor. Assume it's outside, so I just get out to the hall. Wasting time reading the wallpaper when I hear something like steps. Only these sounds a bit heavy. Think it's one of the guards. But something's eerie. Ignore it. Notice it's the stairs now. Get a bit spooked. Walk as quietly as I can to peek to where the stairs turn to reach my floor. Nothing. Think it's just a lack of sleep. Go to my teacher's office to put some music. Suddenly hear like something grazing the air, not sure how to put it. See something flash in the corner of my eye. Get a bit more spooked. Certain there's something peeking from the side of the door. Who's there, faggot? Best way to translate that I could think of. Pretty fucking sure something peeked in response. It's fast as fuck. Just stay there still for who knows how long. Grab bubble gum. Don't even bother to sleep. Just watch Himikyoshi Lilia and Tayman and Asaji on what's left of the night. My English is shit, so excuse the awkward wording. But it was just too spoopy not to tell. Christmas party at my house when I was 14. House is old school ranch style, one long hallway from garage entrance to bathroom, entire length of the house. By bathroom it tees with a short hallway to my room, and another to my parents' master suite. Main door to house in middle of hall. Standing at the front door you can see literally every entrance to the house from outside that isn't a window. Because of hall, we leave the bathroom light on all night and have a night light by door to garage. My Aunt J, Uncle H, and 2 cousins are the last to leave. We are all by the front door saying goodbye. Someone walks from my room to my parents' room, cast shadow down hall. Aunt J says, "Who is that?" Everyone left in the house is with us. Dad, Uncle H and I check the parents' room, nothing. Search the closets, even under the bed. Check my room, nothing. Check everywhere. Mom, Aunt J, kids can all see the doors and most of the rest of the house, no one, nothing. Everyone agrees, we all saw a man, about 6 feet tall, in jeans and a blue shirt, walk from my bedroom to parents' bedroom. He even made the squeaky floor creak. Face was in shadow from light behind him, but white guy with short hair. Me, Dad, Uncle agreed that was what he looked like while in rooms. Mom, Aunt, kids agreed that was what he looked like in hall. We didn't talk to each other about description until later. Finally go outside. It had snowed 3 days before, No footprints by windows, still with a room. Aunt, uncle, cousins all leave, freaked out. Dad and I seal up the house and search everything and everywhere. Nothing. No one. No hint anyone had been there but us. About a year later, have some friends over for a barbecue. One of them goes to the bathroom, comes back out and asks me, "Who else is here?" Tell him no one. He says he saw a guy in my room, reading a book. Everyone who is invited is with us. I check the house, it is empty, the doors locked except for the one to the deck, where everyone is sitting. Ask friend more. Says he saw a white guy, about 6 foot, in jeans and a blue shirt. Couldn't really see his face very well. Day after the barbecue, I tell my dad about what my friend saw. He tells me mom had seen the guy in the kitchen, cleaning the counters, reflected in a window, but no one was there when she went into the room. He says my sisters claimed they saw him in the living room, sitting on the couch and watching TV. They looked down to get a camera out, and when they looked up he was gone. We were nervous for a while, but we stopped seeing anything and, eventually, just blew it off. I joined the army at 18, went off and had a great time, but got injured and ended my enlistment, got accepted to a school far away from home. Visiting my parents after I got out, I stayed in my old room for a weekend before I left. Mom asked me to help her clean the kitchen before family came over for dinner with me before I left. I am in cleaning the kitchen and look up, Mom is white as a sheet, staring at me. She says, "It was you. When I saw someone in the window, it was you." I look down. I'm 6 foot, wearing jeans and a blue shirt. I'm wiping the counters. Realize I have been all the places and doing all the things we saw on this very day. Mom says, "I didn't recognize you because you were older." Tell Dad about it, he says. Makes as much sense as anything else. Let's eat. Okay, this is the first time I post this story on /x/, but it was creepy as fuck back then. Be me, 15. On vacation in a tent. Is sleeping. 8 a.m. in the morning, I wake up for a moment and fall back asleep again. Dream about crawling under a purple desk. Hear someone whispering my name in my dream in like the creepiest way possible. Anon, 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 and so on. Fuck.jpg. I force myself to wake up because too spooky. The whispering continues. Pinch myself, sit up, stare up, make sure I'm awake. Whispering/moaning is still going on. Gets outside and stare up, where the sound seems to come from. Whispering/moaning seems to go further away. It eventually was so far away that I couldn't hear it anymore. My theory is that it was someone's ghost crossing over to the light, or something, or my grandma. Alright, let me tell you the story of how I became a tinfoil hat like you losers. I was on vacation in Spain with 2 friends, and we met some Canadian girls that were there also, and ended up drinking on a beach together one night. Suddenly, this guy approaches us, looking slightly drunk himself and wearing only pants, no shirt or shoes, but the motherfucker looks like he just stepped off a GQ cover. So he joins us, perhaps a bit intrusively, but he's a charming drunk and we get to talking and sharing drinks. Me and the girls have no problem with the guy, but my friends are getting annoyed, maybe because they think his presence is cock-blocking them with the girls, I dunno. Eventually they rudely basically shoo him away. So the guy gets up, and as he's drunkenly walking backwards he mumbles something in a language I can't understand. My friend is basically getting aggressive at this point and says, "What was that, asshole?" And the guy looks at him and says, "I said you people used to show more respect to the gods." So we all laugh and my friend says, "What are you a god of, drunken assholes?" And the guy gets sad and says nothing. A patron of travelers, once. But now nothing. And his image, I don't knows, vibrates and seems like someone is pulling it in the direction of the city, and then he disappears in a split second. We freak and get up to the spot where he was, and one of the girls that didn't have shoes on burns her feet on the sand where he was, which is all fucked up and searing. I used to work as an overnight manager at Walmart from 2011 to 2014. A lot of my work was done patrolling the backrooms, making sure stock was correct, checking if anyone was stealing anything, slacking off, etc. And there was this one long hallway, one exit on both ends, freezers on one side and no windows. Now, working overnight, you see your fair share of spooks and weirdos, but this hallway, Jesus fucking Christ, every now and then while working on one side I'd glance at the other, see a tall, older, probably in his 50s or 60s, white guy lock eyes with me, turn and walk straight into and through the wall. Other nights while working I'd hear a loud thud, glance over and see something from the shelves on the floor, and nothing light, at that, fucking boxes of detergent, or packs of water, shit that doesn't just tip over. A few times the PA speaker overhead would either make a loud pop and fizzle out or just click on, as if someone was using it, and make the absolute, lightest gurgling and mumbling sound, then end with a sharp static. The one thing that got to me, though, was this weird feeling of absolute dread while walking down the other, mostly unused end, by myself. It was this genuine horror, as if I was being watched, and this uncontrollable panic that made me jump at the slightest sound. I had heard similar stories from other workers, but my favorite was from the sweet old black lady. Whenever I brought it up, her face went from joyful and careless to just deadpan, and she said, "Let's not bring him up, anon." But the kicker, the store's not that old, so luckily I had a buddy who had worked there from day one. I asked him if anyone had ever died on site. Apparently a few may have kicked it in the parking lot, in an ambulance after leaving the store, whatever, but one man, a tall, older guy, had a heart attack in the backrooms. This happened a couple of years ago and I still can't explain it. Also, for some background, the kitchen and living room are one big space. B16. Mom works very late, so I'm home alone. Broken laptop I gave my mom is on kitchen table facing away from me. Sitting on couch, watching YouTube on my new laptop. Hear tapping noise. Pause YouTube, tapping stops. Think it was bad audio quality and keep watching. Hear tapping start again and it's coming from the kitchen. Shut laptop and walk towards sound. Tapping is getting louder and quicker. Broken laptop is in view. Can see the keyboard. Fucking loud pounding. The keys on the keyboard are pushing down like someone is quickly typing on them with full force. My stomach drops and I got a feeling of complete dread. Grab my dog and get in my car, go to friend's house until mom gets home. Any possible explanation? I thought maybe a bug or wind somehow, but a bug couldn't make the keys look like they were being pushed in all those places at once, and with that much force. Same with wind. Also, the computer was completely broken and couldn't even turn on. Here's another story. Not paranormal, but it scared the shit out of my friend and I. B13. Live in Texas. It's summer and hot as hell. Friend and I decide to get ice cream at corner store. Store is only about 4 blocks away and we'd go all the time. Start walking when friend says we should take a shortcut that her and another friend take. Friend gets us lost, so we turn around and are retracing our steps. Notice a white van drive by with spray painted windows. I remember turning to my friend and saying, "Man, that looks like a creepy rape van," and her laughing. We keep walking and not even a minute later the van drives past us again, but in the opposite direction. The van stops right next to us with the driver's window facing us. The spray-painted window rolls down and a man with short black hair and a white tank top looks us up and down. He gives us a smile that sends complete chills down my spine, and something in my brain told me to get the fuck out of there. As soon as this clicks, I see the guy start to open his door. I grabbed my friend's hand and told her to run. I'm running the fastest I've ever run in my life. We turn a corner and I tell my friend that we have to hide. We run through a person's driveway and into their backyard. There's a deck, so we hide under that. My friend is crying hysterically and saying things like he's going to find us and we're going to die. Cover her mouth and tell her to stop it or he'll find us. Hear the sound of his creaky old van drive by. It stops and I can hear his door opening. Sound of footsteps on the sidewalk going left, then right. Can hear his door shut again and the van driving away. We wait a few minutes to make sure he's gone before calling my friend's dad. Friend's family warns all the parents in the neighborhood about van guy. A few weeks later the friend of my friend who'd shown her the shortcut had an encounter with van guy. She was close enough to her house to run. Wonder if he ever got arrested. Couple of years ago me and my coworker would go drinking most nights at a nearby restaurant with a late bar. We took a break from work, didn't have to be back till around 3 AM for server maintenance to start from Korea. Anyway, we're just drinking on the outdoor patio in the back of the restaurant. There's a bunch of people celebrating something, but we mind our business. Little later a guy comes from that large group and asks us for a cigarette. My coworker gives him one. Mind you, he doesn't look like he was part of the big group that was there. He did come out of it acting like he was. We get to talking and he asks us if we're Latino. We both say yeah. He was Latino as well. He introduced himself as Set, which is not an unordinary name for what looked like a Mexican. He goes on about heritage and whatnot. Then starts talking about running marathons. He didn't look like a person who would do them. He showed us his medal he got for participating. Weird, he had it on him. We bullshit some more. We see that we have to leave to get back to work. We tell him we work down the street at this free-to-play company. He tells us he works a couple other cities over, and that he has to leave too. We asked him if he's okay to drive, as we just have to walk down the street. He said he was okay and mentioned he didn't drive. So we walk with him around the outside of the place. The parking lot is big for the place. Still a few cars left in it. We start walking down the street and we can see him walking down the opposite side of the parking lot. He just walks away toward office buildings. We hope that he's probably drunk. Dude looked sober the entire time we were bullshitting. We walk to the intersection and look one more time where he was. Dude just straight up was gone. He should be visible from where we were at and he had no business where he was heading. He wasn't from the area at all. Dude just vanished going the wrong way from where he lived and with no ride. B7 to 9. I visit my cousin who lives on the other side of San Diego. He's a single child, by the way. We play and have fun, kids stuff. He has a pet tarantula, first time I ever held one. So eventually we play tag or something involving me catching him. He runs upstairs into the main bathroom. Locks it. So me being 7 to 9 look under the door to ask him to come out cause it's cheating to lock the damn door. I ask him to unlock the door. His feet are visible like he's sitting on the toilet. Silent for about a minute. I don't know how but he comes out of his mom's bedroom. He says he had to poop so he went to his mom's bathroom. His mom calls us to dinner. He runs to the table, but before leaving I check under the door. He's still sitting there motionless. At that time of my life I was an extremely stupid kid, so I disregard logic and go eat dinner with them. We drive home with clone kid silent the whole time, so is his mom. They drop me off at my place. I tell my mom, who doesn't believe me. I never saw them or heard of them again. No one in my family remembers or acknowledges them. My mom has excellent memory, and she doesn't even remember it. My face when I'm the only guy who remembers I had a play date with a clone kid. Okay, spooky story from my childhood that still kinda freaks me out. About 12 to 13 years old, living with my mom and stepdad in an old house. Never had any hard proof the place was haunted, but I always had these odd vibes as a kid. Mainly just write it off as me being an easily spooked kiddo. Anyway, I had this cat, total bro tier, chillest cat ever, and I loved him to death. On the weekends when I could stay up late, he would sit in my lap and sleep while I played Battlefield 1942 into the wee hours of the morning. Life was good. But then there was one night, it was around midnight I think. Playing games with Buddy the cat, as per usual, but I notice he seems rather tense. He has his head locked towards the open doorway that leads to the kitchen area. He's ignoring my petting and such, just keeping his head locked that way. Little weirded out, but I just play it off as cats being weird, because well, cats are fucking weird. Then suddenly Lap Cat jumps off and slowly starts stalking towards the doorway. Not really spooked at this point, just confused. He then goes through the door and rounds the corner. All the lights are off cause I'm the only one up, only light is coming from computer monitor. He freezes and stares for a few seconds. Then all the hair on his back stands up. His tail poofs up all big like when they're threatened. Lets out the loudest and most intense hiss I've ever heard from him, then immediately turns and sprints out the room and up the stairs. Oh, fuck, no. I'm literally paralyzed with fear for about 2 seconds before I slam on the power button and force shut down the computer mid-game. Run the fuck up the stairs to my room, cats hiding under my bed. Heart pounding like a conga drum. Locked door, slept with the lights on. To this day I still don't know if it was just my cat being a cat or there was actually something there. I know animals can sense spirits better than humans and such. Any ideas what it might have been /x/? B9. Own 2 Chihuahua dogs. Live in a 2-story tall house. House has a tall outer gate protecting the front door, covered with sharp crystal shards at the top for extra protection against burglars. Having breakfast in the kitchen because I was recovering from a cold and skipped school. Be home alone, everyone was at work. I was nearly recovered, so it was basically like a free weekend. Feels good man. JPG. Suddenly hear loud, insistent scratching at the front door. Assume dogs did it because they want to go outside, so now I have to open the door for them. Kitchen is less than 3 meters away from the front door, so I get there in a second. Dogs are not at the front door. Assume they're outside and they want in. Open door. There's nothing outside. Groans because I assume they might have changed their minds in less than 5 seconds and went to hide behind a bush or something. Yell their names. Both dogs come running down the stairs excitedly. They were at the top floor the entire time. Remember, I'm home alone and no one has ringed the bell. Impossible to jump over. It didn't take me 5 seconds to reach the door and open it, and no one was there. Realize I might have allowed something I can see to enter the house. Shit my pants as I lock the door and hide with dogs in my room. I also asked my parents and my sister later that day, when they got home, if they ever went back home around lunch hour for reasons, but none of them did. I would have heard their keys at the gate door if that had been the case anyway, but I wanted to believe maybe I missed something. No luck at that though. I told them all of what had happened and my parents thought maybe it was a very big rat or something that might have managed to squeeze its way in and scratch the door that loudly. My sister on the other side told me she did experience a few strange things on her own involving the doors, so who knows.